All right, morning everyone. Welcome to another episode of Market Trading. I'm your host, Tone Vays, coming to you live from the gorgeous Aruba Island. Man, Unconfiscatable is finally over. I know it's been like over a week since I did a stream. It was a nice break. The good thing is the price has not moved much, but I have not seen the traditional markets. Let me zoom in on the beach behind me there. Raise the camera up a bit. There it is. See the gorgeous blue water. I'll try to do a stream closer to the beach tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning is actually my last day here. I only came out here for just a few days with family on my way home to Panama from Las Vegas, where we did Unconfiscatable. Man, that event was absolutely amazing. Ask anyone that came out to Vegas for Unconfiscatable. They will tell you how amazing it was. Here, I'll give you guys a little bit of a look. There's a golf course right there next to me. Those that know Aruba might figure out where I am staying, which is perfectly fine. One of these days, maybe we'll do something in Aruba. I already did a workshop in Aruba in like 2018 or something like that, where we did the trading workshop here. That was fun. Shout out to Linda's Dutch Pancakes that hosted the trading workshop back in the day. Stefan, you're probably watching. We'll be hanging out tonight, smoking some cigars, drinking some whiskey. And tomorrow I'll be off to Panama, so I'll be streaming from my office over in Panama. All right, let's go to the charts. Let's see what's going on. Man, so much to say about Unconfiscatable. Every time I do an event, I swear I'm never going to do another event. And then everyone has the greatest time, and I end up doing another event. So Unconfiscatable will be coming back, and we'll figure it out. Alex G, thank you. See how many views I'll get on this stream. Okay, yeah, I'm going to try to bring you guys a stream from the beach. This giant laptop that I have that doesn't seem to work on batteries is not ideal to stream from beaches like I did with my last laptop. Maybe I'll go back to Lenovo's. We'll see. All right, I'm going to plug in my portable power source. Maybe it'll work. See what happens here. Okay, let's go to the charts, guys. Let's go to the charts. Oh man, I'm gonna zoom in all the way. I'm gonna raise my camera. I want you guys to see the beach. There's no reason to see me. There it is. There it is. There's the beach. Go to charts. Got your live stream up. Yeah, there's this awesome little island with like flamingos on it. I've gone to it several times. I'm not going to it this time. The sound is quiet. Someone confirm Angelina's issue. I am using my good mics again. Sort of. Let me see here. Audio does seem to be a little bit quiet. I don't know if there's much I can do. How about now? Is this better? Audio check, audio check. Let's get some confirmation. Okay, let me get my headphones. Okay, finish my coffee here. Okay, sounds good. Oh man, it's actually good to stay away from YouTube for a week. Let's see how things have improved. The monthly chart, the CMF is about to cross into bullish territory. This is very, very significant. You can see that whenever the CMF has crossed into bullish territory, other than a little bit back here in February 2015, but we didn't really spend much time in negative territory before we went back into bullish. But anytime historically the chart has spent significant time in bearish territory, things went really, really well and straight up into a bull market. And same thing here, and it seems to cross into bullish territory around the halving. This time it's crossing into bullish territory before the halving. A bullish month next month, and we are straight up in green territory. That is a very good sign. We can zoom in on the MACD, and we can also see how whenever we cross into bullish territory, into the MACD, things go really, really well. We crossed into bullish territory on the MACD actually a year in June, back in June, 6 months ago. And we've been looking very good ever since. And the RSI still has plenty of room. So the monthly chart is looking very, very good. The weekly chart is actually a very good chart. Let's look at the oscillators first because it's been a while. I don't like the RSI. I am not happy what I see in the RSI. What I see in the RSI is a potential overbought situation. And if we extend this trend line, we can certainly pull back. The good news is that the RSI goes into overbought territory multiple times before the eventual bull market. You saw it go multiple times back in 2011. You saw it go multiple times back in 2013, 3 times to be exact, in the summer, in the summer of 2012, in February of 2013, February, March. This is the Cyprus bubble. And then the final bubble in November. And then multiple times. Maybe, what's my line here? What are my inputs on the RSI? Wait. What is the envelope here? What am I missing here? I put these things in. I mean, this is my channel, but I want to see the channel, not the RSI itself. What is going on here? Why can't I see what the channel is? Why can't I edit this thing? That's strange. I don't think it's in the code. I'm trying to adjust my parameters, but for some reason, I'm not able to, which is super strange. Why I'm not able to, like, it's giving me the RSI adjustment, but not the. I don't know. I'll deal with it later. I'm not sure why. I would actually raise this a little bit, but that doesn't matter. All right, let's move on. The MACD. The MACD is looking strong, but not as strong as it was back in April. This is likely to go significantly higher. Significantly higher. And the CMF looks absolutely great as we are eventually going to break out above this downward trend. Maybe not on this shot, but on the next shot. And that would be looking really, really nice. Okay, so there was a question on the Fibonacci's. Someone asked, how come I don't use logarithmic spacing in my Fibonacci's? And using logarithmic spacing in Fibonacci's, to me, makes absolutely no sense at all. The only reason why we use log scale right here, logarithmic price scale, instead of the more linear price scale, is because, nope, wait a minute, I'm still on, that's AutoFit, my bad. I'm gonna turn off logarithmic. The only reason why we use logarithmic scale is for visibility, okay? Now, just because I'm using a logarithmic scale, oh, where's my thing here? Logarithmic, right? So the only reason why I'm using the logarithmic scale on the vertical axis is so that it's easier to look at the chart. Okay. Now the levels between, the high price and the low price and the percentage between those levels, that stays the same. Like I just don't see a reason why I would space the logarithmic. I would space the Fibonacci levels logarithmically. That makes no sense to me, right? It's still whether I display the candles in logarithmic form or not, it's just for visibility of my candles. It shouldn't alter the level line, regardless whether the price chart is logarithmic or not. But again, my two math degrees, I could be totally wrong on this one, right? Like my school doesn't teach you very much, even with those math degrees. And Nick, exactly. A horizontal level is a horizontal level. And anytime I talk about Fibonacci's, there's always somebody in my chat saying, how come you don't use logarithmic on Fibonacci's? And I generally don't understand what they mean. It's a horizontal price. Like it like the concept just like goes right over my head. It's weird. It's almost like adding percentages, right? Like it just makes no sense. Okay. You talk a lot about the 200 exponential moving average. Is there a similar exponential moving average that if it crosses has a more micro signal that is useful? So two things there. First off, I never talk about the 200 exponential moving average. I only talk about the 200 simple moving average. I am a simple moving average user, not an exponential moving average user. So let's clear that one up. Why am I a simple moving average user and not an exponential moving average user? The answer is habit. I don't have, I don't see a huge difference between the exponential and the simple. And for me, simplicity is key. So I use the simple moving average, not exponential. Okay. That's first part. Second part, I don't see it as a micro signal. I see it more as a macro signal. Macro is the bigger picture. The 50 period is more of a micro. The 20 period is more of a micro. The 200 is more of a macro. So it's more of a macro signal and more of a macro signal than a micro signal. And to me, the 200 will always be king of moving averages. Speaking of the 200, we are about to cross the 200 weekly with a weekly 250, and that is the ultimate golden cross. However, anytime there is a golden cross or a death cross, you can see it right here. No, not right there. Sorry. Where was the death cross? The death cross was right here. This is the crossover between the 250 and the death cross. Look at what happened. We rallied into the death cross. And I repeat, into the death cross. This is something I teach in my trading tutorials. We tend to rally into the cross as a counter trend play. I always expect us to rally, to fall into the golden cross and rally into the death cross. Okay? So, if anything, it is very surprising that Bitcoin has not pulled back significantly into the golden cross. I would have expected us to drop from the MRI top into the golden cross and then rally off the golden cross like that. I'm going to delete these because that did not happen. Now, when did I give up on this pullback? I give up on this pullback right here with a green star candle, okay? When you have a green star candle that follows an MRI top, that is a very bullish situation. And now I wait for the second consecutive MRI top, and I am waiting for the 62% Fibonacci top. And I am waiting for the SEC to make the next set of announcements about the ETF. And all of that is going to come due in the middle of January. So my target right now is $48,000 in the second week of January. And if we continue to rally into the second week of January, this would be the ultimate top, for, not the ultimate top, but this would be my early top to pull us back significantly into one of the two critical moving averages, either the 50 or the 200 day. My most perfect buy the dip at this point is sitting at $30,000. Ideally, we get to that level and not a penny lower. Our allocation will remain 100% as we were never in any danger. 100% allocation, looking for that $48,000 mark. Man, unconfiscatable was so good. It was just like words can't describe how good unconfiscatable was. We have it up on sale. By the way, the videos are also out. We have to update the website with the videos. If you go to my YouTube channel, if you just go to my YouTube channel, we need to order this. I'm just working on accounting and a bunch of other stuff. If you go to my YouTube channel, which is still shadow banned, by the way, you go to live. We live streamed the entire event. You can see it right here. You go to live. We live streamed everything. The panels were awesome. We had so many debates. It was just such a great event. Guys, I have 7,000 views on my recent price videos, and only 2,000 or 3,000 people watched the conference. You should watch the conference. It'll blow your mind how amazing the conference was. You just check out these. Oh, there's Miss El Salvador right there. Shout out to Alejandra. Shout out to all the speakers. Natalie Burnell right there. Simply Bitcoin did their thing. Bob Burnett, one of my favorite guys in the space. We had a debate between like two of my favorite miners in the space, Bob Burnett and Ben Gagnon of Bitfarms. Oh, this video is not auto playing when you put a cursor on it. That seems to be strange. Neither is this one. Huh, weird. That's okay. The videos, of course, work. There it is. There's Bitcoin Mechanic. There's Jimmy's song. Shout out to Simply Bitcoin. The Scammy Awards. Guys, the Scammy Awards were hilarious. Man, FTX, of course, swept the awards. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. Let's see. Shout out to Motorist for making the slides. We had a lot of fun. Giacomo running the show. The cringiest video. Hold on. There's BitBoy getting arrested. We had a lot of fun. We just had a lot of fun. Okay. Anyway, let's go to the charts. Daily chart. Daily chart is going to be great. Haven't seen charts in over a week. Take that off. All right, come on, daily chart, load. All right, why is the daily chart being stubborn? All right, enjoy your time. Bye-bye. All right, daily chart. Now, in a perfect world, we would have pulled back right off the MRI top into the 50 period moving average. Okay. That would have been beautiful. Now, had this candle right here flipped to the downside, followed by this candle here, we would have hit the 50 period moving average and touched our $30,000 area. This would have been the perfect dip. Okay. The perfect dip. We didn't have the perfect dip, but we had a good enough dip. We fell down to 40,000. 40 is a nice round number. Falling down to 38 would have been better, but 40,000 is good enough. We are still waiting for a price flip into the green count. We had nice consolidation here. I would have, of course, been bullish on this green star candle, but this one bad day would not have taken me out of the market. You also see there was never a red star candle. The next green star candle that closes the candle above these consolidated highs of, let's just say, let's use round numbers, $44,500. No, 44,000 is good. The next close above 44,000 should be incredibly bullish and set us up for a move to 48. Okay. Now, can we time this move to 48 with a daily MRI? Well, you may need to have a few broken counts. I would love to see a daily MRI closer to here around the 8th of March, but we still have a lot of days to get to that MRI. Okay. Still need a lot of days to get to that MRI. I would love to see a daily MRI top around 48 or 50 in the middle of January. Still have a lot of days to go. I mean, you still have 30 days to go. And this only takes, less than 2 weeks. So let's see where we go. We have not touched the 50 period day moving average in a while. The 50 period day moving average is looking great, but you can see how the 128 day and the 200 day are running in parallel. And that's because of all this consolidation. Eventually, they will separate as well. Short-term chart is looking very good, but we're about to top on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour. On the 4 hour, we're also about to top, or we just topped. No, also about to top. So be careful with the 1 hour and the 4 hour. They will be topping later today. Both of them. The discount. Wow, look at that. The markets are not open yet this morning. It is 7:30 a.m. New York time. I am on Aruba time, which I believe is 1 hour later. It is 8:30 in the morning Aruba time. And I believe that's the same time in Panama, or I'm almost at the same location. I hate the changes of the clocks in the United States. And one day, this stupidity will hopefully end. Let me extend these down a bit. I may need to do another one of these. Pops here. Man, GBTC discount, guys, the ETF may not be coming. And this GBTC is going to break the zero barrier very, very soon. I'm looking forward to that. Man, I can finally get rid of my GBTC once it's above zero. But what happens if the ETF is not approved? I have discussed this. Regardless of whether the ETF is or isn't approved, if we are sitting at a new swing high near 48,000 in the middle of January when the ETF is or isn't approved, to me, it's a sell the news event. If we are pumping into the news event, regardless whether the news event is good or bad, it's a sell the news event. Okay? Now, if we are pulling back into the announcement, then a bad announcement will continue to drop the price, and a good announcement can reverse the price. I think the news is not going to be as amazing as people think it is. All right. Whoa, I didn't see that coming. Did not see that coming. Did not expect the price of natural gas to completely crater. I remain a little bit confused, for the lack of a better word, as to why oil prices are this low. I am very confused. We have disruption in the Middle East. I don't know. The Biden administration has not been selling the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. So like I said, I am a little confused as to why this is happening. Let's see. The Biden administration has sold they sold a barrel. What? 12.8. Hold on. Oh, wow. Okay, I need a wait, Control Z. So I need this number, and I need another number, and I need this number. So 1201 and 1208. So 1201, 1208. They bought some oil, and then they sold, I don't know, 600 barrels. I don't know. Something is weird. I don't know what it is. Guys, I don't know what this is. This is a very bearish sign. I really thought this MRI buy would be a buying opportunity. I only buy on strength. I would have probably bought this candle, and then I would have exited at the break of the candle's low. I don't have an explanation. We may find something out. Could have been some kind of shenanigans going on. It may have to do with Venezuela and Guyana. The military. It just. I will think about this some more. We can do a geopolitical show. I always suspected that this had something to do with America and Venezuela, as to some kind of a backdoor deal between America and Venezuela for America to get Venezuelan oil. But do you guys know about the conflict between Venezuela and Guyana? I don't know. Throw a thumbs up or something if you're aware of the conflict over oil between Venezuela and Guyana. If we go to a Google map, Man, I should have a geopolitical show on markets. Tie it into the markets or something. So because of OPEC hates the United States, and they're not going to be helping the United States. So one of two things is happening. Either the Biden administration, which is publicly anti-oil, but secretly pro-oil, either they are pumping more oil without telling the public with these American companies in America. What I was suspecting is there was a backdoor deal between Venezuela and the United States for the United States to acquire cheap Venezuelan oil without telling the public of Venezuela, for the government of Venezuela to profit on the back end, which is also lifting sanctions on Venezuela. This was my conspiracy. This is the Tone Vays personal conspiracy theory. Is that, but by the way, anytime on a Google map you see a dashed border, that means it's a disputed border. Okay, Google is helping you, right? Anytime you see a dashed border, it's a disputed border. Now, Google is still not doing this in Ukraine. They're refusing to do it in Ukraine. Like they finally did it. See right here? In Crimea, this is no longer a disputed border. I'm sorry, Crimea is Russia. It's been Russia since 2014. It's been a decade, okay? But Google still thinks it's a disputed border. It's not, okay? Now, if you look at Georgia, Russia took these areas in 2008, and Google still is not recognizing these parts. I mean, Russia is kind of letting them be independent. So this makes more sense, right? Anytime you see a dashed border, it's a disputed border. This kind of dashed border. This kind of dashed border just means it's a region. It's not a disputed border. It's a region within a country, okay? So this is Russia, that's Kazakhstan. So there's lots of disputed borders. You see a lot of it here around like Nepal, with China and India. So lots of disputed borders, okay? I don't want to get off on too many tangents. I am enjoying my Caribbean right now. So Venezuela is on the verge of militarily acquiring this area of Guyana. Like this is 2/3 of the country right here. And Brazil ain't happy about it because Brazil, if anyone is going to get this area, Brazil believes it should be them, okay? So the reason why this is happening is because Guyana has opened up in this region for exploration of oil and other natural resources to American companies. And Venezuela is not happy about this. They feel that they deserve that this land was originally theirs. The Western colonists took this land from Venezuela. And if Guyana is going to develop this land for natural resources, they feel like they deserve a cut on the profit. If American companies come in, they ain't going to give Venezuela a dime, okay? So because Venezuela is going against the wishes of the United States, and they want to take this land and not allow Guyana to develop, they don't want to allow Guyana to allow Exxon and other American companies to pillage this land for natural resources. That now tells me that Venezuela did not have a backdoor deal with the United States to sell the United States extra and cheap Venezuelan oil to help the United States because OPEC is not helping the United States. That throws a wrench into my theory on oil a little bit. So also, but a new conspiracy theory now comes to light that American companies have already been acquiring Guyana's oil. And this has been happening over the last year. And the reason for the price drop is because America secretly has already been extracting oil from Guyana. hence dropping the price of oil over the last 6 months. Okay, this is my latest explanation because guys, I can't explain this. I cannot explain why oil prices have been dropping in light of, the Middle East potentially going to a religious war. So Venezuela wants to send their military into Guyana because they don't want American companies extracting oil and gas and whatever else they found here off the coast. Now, is there natural resources down here that relate to oil and gas? I don't know. I'm not sure, right? I didn't research this far enough. Like, if Venezuela is going to take this part here, they might as well take 2/3 of the country because they feel this land was always theirs. And, the French and Americans and the Brits just took their land. So because we don't know what we don't know, it is possible that Exxon is not planning to excavate oil from this region. It is possible that they've been doing it for years. And they've been extracting oil from here in massive amounts over the last 6 months without anyone really knowing, in secret. And Venezuela is gonna, now that Exxon has already did all of the hard work, and potentially, again, this is my speculation. I'm just making shit up out of my prison wallet, as they say. I'm sure you guys know where a prison wallet is, right? I'm literally just guessing out of my ass here that what they plan to do in Guyana, extracting oil, has already happened. And they've been extracting the oil out of Guyana for the last 6 months. And because the world doesn't actually know, and this administration and this current US government, they're the most schemy, lying pieces of garbage in the history of the United States. So I wouldn't put it past them. And the Venezuelans said, screw this. If it's secret, they're going to pillage everything. We're going to go and take it. And now there's going to be a major conflict down here, okay? You really want to pay attention to this, what is happening here geopolitically. All right, I think I explained this enough. There was going to be an explanation here. There was going to be an explanation. Just don't know what it is yet. Let's see some traditional markets. Let's see where gold is. And then I'm going to go hit the beach. It's almost 9 a.m. The gold markets are above 2,000, which is very, very bullish. I think the gold market is headed to 3,000. We are bullish on gold. Oh my God, look what I missed. We are going to close at a new swing high. Well, if you've been watching this channel at any point over the last 2 years, you know how bullish I've been on the stock market and how perfectly I called the lows this October and last October. And I dare you to find any analyst in the world that called the October reversals of this year and last year better than I have. No, I agree. What Venezuela really wants is the sea right there above Guyana. But if they're going to send in their military and take this region here, touching the ocean, they might as well. I mean, like, if you're going to do it, go all the way through. It's like my friend, man, I forgot his last name. First name's Paul. He's a diver out in Belize right now trying to solve the lionfish problem. But he used to be a big Goldman Sachs trader. And I was hanging out with him. I'm in his like home office, and he's got all these plaques on the wall from Goldman Sachs, like Trader of the Year and like all these accolades. And meanwhile, he's like a diver. He like quit that a while ago. He's like a diver. And I'm like, dude, I didn't know. I knew you were a trader at Goldman Sachs, but I didn't know you were freaking the best trader at Goldman Sachs. And he goes like this to me. He's like, Tone, uh, he's like, if you're gonna be part of a, he's like, if you're gonna be part of a wolf or a dog pack, you better be the lead dog. Otherwise, the view is always the same. Balls and ass. I never forgot that comment. So if Venezuela is going to go in with their military to take this land, they might as well go all in and take all the land that the people of Venezuela believe is their ancestral land before the European colonists got there. This is exactly what Russia's doing, right? If they're going to go in with their military, if they're going to go in with their military and, you know, lose a bunch of human beings to death and lose the youngest, smartest people that have exited the country because they don't want to be drafted. Um, if they're going to do that, they're going to go all the way to the river. Okay. So that's why I've been saying this conflict in Ukraine, unless Ukraine surrenders in the next 3 months completely, Russia is going to take everything up to the river, plus the south, including Odessa. Again, going back to my friend Paul's comments. You can Google him. Like, should get his full name. I just don't want to waste any more time. Maybe someone will remind me next time. He was like a big shark diver for the National Geographic. So if Venezuela is going to go in and cause international trouble, just like Russia did, they're going to take all the land they feel is ancestrally theirs. Otherwise, it's not worth it. Regardless if this land is useful for anything or not. If they're going to cause an international incident, go all the way. In fact, if Putin doesn't take the land all the way to the river, plus Odessa, Putin could be in trouble with his own government and potentially overthrown by other people that think that he should have already taken all that. All right. Oh, I'm short on battery life here. We're down to 50%. Thoughts about the Baltic states? They have, I have not heard the Baltic states be complete idiot dumbasses in the last 6 months, which is a good thing. Okay. So let's comment on the S&P 500. I've been bullish. It's bullish. So the end. I'm still bullish. Quick thoughts on the Baltic states. Last year, it was looking like Latvia and Lithuania would cease to exist. But they have decided to smartly shut the F up, not to antagonize Russia, and they have a chance of survival. So Lithuania and Latvia did the smartest thing for their people, and not be idiots. Finland, on the other hand, has decided to be complete idiots. And after the conflict in Ukraine is over, Russia is going to have a little chat with Finland because they're just being dumbasses. But looks like Latvia and Lithuania are going to survive by playing nice with their, bear neighbor. For a minute there, it was looking like Lithuania wanted to not exist. But after the Ukrainian conflict is over, if Lithuania doesn't immediately open railroad traffic to Kaliningrad, Russia is going to have Putin is going to have a nice little chat with whichever idiot currently runs Lithuania. Moldova needs to be careful also, but it looks like they also decided to shut the F up, and they may be able to retain their country. Armenia, on the other hand, potentially may not exist. Again, you elect the leader you deserve. Orban is potentially the smartest leader. Orban is potentially the only smart leader in all of the European Union. Everyone else are idiots. And Orban is the president of Hungary. Okay, enough politics. Looks like the Fed is not going to raise the rate. Looks like the Fed will retain its interest rate this year. Wow, they actually think they're going to lower the rates. I don't think they're going to lower the rates. I think the rate is going to stay, and I think next year the rate might rise a smidge. Man, the mempool has been so congested, it's insane. We need more miners. Let's see when the halving is. Bitcoin halving clock. The Bitcoin halving clock. We are on pace for a halving in April. I kept saying it's going to be in March, but man, not enough miners are coming online. All right, guys. I think it's time for me to go hit the beach. I think it's time for me to go hit the beach. Let me show you the beach one more time. Oh, please go to my YouTube channel and watch the event. Unconfiscatable was absolutely incredible. You can catch the videos. Here are all the live streams. We're going to cut these up and we're going to post them on the Unconfiscatable YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the Unconfiscatable YouTube channel. But you can check out the scammies. You can check out live interviews by Simply Bitcoin. It was really cool. Let's go back to the Bitcoin chart. I think we're going to have a little bit of a short-term top today, but then we're going to challenge. We're going to go into a daily MRI top. I think we're going to go into a daily MRI top later this year, make a new high around 45, 46, then pull back, and then make another high around 48,000. Between 48 and 50,000 in mid-January, the SEC will make an announcement. It'll be a sell the news event, and then we're going to have a bigger pullback. That's my view on things. Oh, yeah, Bankman-Fried, like an FTX, definitely stole the show at the scammies. All right, guys, I'm going to go hit the beach. I'll try to bring you. I leave tomorrow. There's the beach behind me. I can't zoom this in anymore. I can just move the camera a bit. There's a golf course right there. I, of course, do not golf. I used to play baseball, and if you played baseball, it's really hard to golf. I always want to hit the golf ball like a baseball. I'll try to bring you a stream a little bit closer to the beach tomorrow. And I'm going to be like where these people are. I'm going to take a little walk. See those people walking? That's about to be me. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching, and see you all on the next one.